My name is Stacey Gishuki, an aspiring actuary from Kenya and a proud member of the Actuarial Society of Kenya. Across Africa, millions of people remain uninsured, not because we lack innovation, but because innovation struggles to break through outdated and inflexible regulations. Today I'm here to introduce a bold solution, the Ulinzi Sandbox, a safe, structured space where Africa can test and grow inclusive insurance innovation that our current systems can't yet accommodate. Innovators across Africa are building promising microinsurance models like USSD platforms, mobile-first covers, AI-driven pricing, but most of them never reach the market. Why? Because regulatory systems were built for large traditional insurance, not small agile teams solving new problems in new ways. A startup in Toronto can test and launch a digital insurance platform in 6 months. Meanwhile, a team in rural Uganda with USSD-based funeral cover waits 2 years for approval and often gives up before helping a single family. Same innovation drive, same social mission, different system, different outcome. Sandboxes already exist in sectors like banking and fintech, but insurance is different. It's not just about transactions, it's about protection. It requires trust, credibility, and cultural relevance. What works in Toronto doesn't work in rural Uganda, not because people are different, but because the context is. We need a regulatory environment that respects tradition, literacy levels, community leadership, and informal systems. The Ulinzi Sandbox is a regulatory testing environment tailored specifically for inclusive insurance in Africa. It gives innovators limited permission to test new models on a small scale under real regulatory supervision without needing full licensing platforms. It's built on 3 core pillars: flexibility, which allows temporary approval for pilot programs; inclusion, which focuses on the undeserved, the informal, and the excluded; partnership, where regulators, actuaries, innovators, and communities co-design and co-learn. This is not deregulation, it's smart, controlled experimentation that opens the door to meaningful access. Here's what Ulinzi Sandbox could unlock. A startup in Kisumu building seasonal crop insurance for sugarcane farmers. They want to collect premiums after harvest when farmers can actually pay, but the current system doesn't allow delayed payment models. Also, another example, a youth-led team in Ghana designs a community claims validation method for funeral insurance using trusted elders, not licensed adjusters. It's fast, fair, and built on social capital, but legally invisible. Also, a women's cooperative in Zanzibar develops a peer-managed maternity cover where payouts are triggered by community health workers. Practical, trusted, and low cost, but outside the regulators' current definitions. Each of these ideas addresses real protection gaps, but under current regulations, none of them are allowed to launch. The Ulinzi Sandbox is how we test them safely so that they can prove themselves. Actuaries have a key role in building innovation and stability. In the Ulinzi Sandbox, we help them turn ideas into viable, fair, and data-informed models. We simulate risk where data is limited. We design premiums that reflect seasonal incomes. We monitor pilots to ensure both impact and sustainability. Our job is not just to calculate risk, but to expand access to protection responsibly. Africa has the talent, has the agency, and has the innovation that deserves chance to grow. But without a space to test, refine, and prove inclusive insurance solutions, too many die at concept level. The Ulinzi Sandbox is not about lowering standards, it's about creating fair and structured launchpad for solutions that meet the needs of the uninsured. If billion-dollar fintech ideas can be tested in Berlin, surely we can test life-saving insurance pilots in rural Uganda. Let's build systems that say yes to protection, not just yes to paperwork. The Ulinzi Sandbox writes the rules for those who were never included in the first place. Thank you.